Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh.
Okay, Alhamdulillah. Tonight we are from the first group. We want to present our material with the title, The Writing Process. Okay, before we start to explain our material, let me introduce the members of the first group. The first is Ningsih. The second is me, Mariana. The third is Melly, Lestari. The fourth is Widharmawanta, Ginting. And the last is Zulkifli. Okay, let's start our presentation. The first is, what is the writing process? The writing process is a way of looking at writing instruction in which the emphasis is shifted from students' finished products to what students do as they write. As Tompkins said in his book, page 9, and the other page, Tompkins also says that it is usually has 5 general steps that are recursive. They are labeled to help students understand where they are in their own process, but aren't always followed in a linear fashion. Okay, next is the step of writing process. There are 5 steps in writing process. The first is pre-writing, the second is drafting, next revising, then editing, and last is publishing. Okay, for the first step, please, my friends, it's time for yours to explain what is pre-writing. Okay.
Okay, I will explain the first step of writing process. The first step is pre-writing. Pre-writing, the other meaning is trying to think. If we want to start our process writing, we must do writing. The meaning to think before we want to write something. There are some element in pre-writing. The first is, what do I want to say, and what do I want to say? The meaning is what do you want to say if you want to start to write something, and then how do I want to say it. It means that how do and then the next, how do I want to say it. Next, who will read my writing? It's the important before you want to write something. What for that our writing, the purpose, and then who will read our writing after we write after we write something. And then the fourth is, what else do I need to know to begin? And this is the meaning. It's after we read, after we think who will read our writing, we must know that someone else do know to begin our process writing. And the last is, who can talk to about my ideas. It's the last important of pre-writings that can talk about the ideas. We must talk about our ideas before we want to start of our writing. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, the second step is drafting. Drafting it means that time to write it down. Okay, there are 4 questions here. How to practice. First, am I touch organized? It means that you should first write what is your ideas. What do you want to write in the first? Okay, next, the second question is which ideas do I want to develop? It is very important. After you write your ideas and then you develop it. You develop into writing, of course. And then, in what order do I want to say them? And last, who can read this and offer suggestion? Okay, please, the third step, Miss Melly, explain. Time is yours.
Yes, the next step is revising. It is the time to improve the writing that we are work on. Revising is try out different ideas in the beginnings and in the endings. Also, we can use quotes to add dialogue, include descriptive words, also to add some details to develop important parts. There are 5 questions that can guide our revising work. Number 1 is, have I read? I have read. Are my details clear? Should I add or take out parts? Have I used the ideas and words? So what suggestions have others made? That's the question that we can use.
Yeah. Okay, the next step, please, Mr. Widharmawanta Ginting. Time is yours.
Okay. After revising the writing, we must editing. Why we must editing the writing? Because by editing is a process, and the process in editing is very important. Also, can we say the vital in writing? It is important step because uh, we can check out of this any repetition as well as checking grammar, punctuation, and vocabulary errors. And the purpose for editing is of great significance, and there are several reasons behind it. It's not only help you in getting rid of the typos, but also polish your work. Or we can give us more simple in editing by for question. Question number 1 in editing, we can say by, have I used complete sentences? And number 2, are my spelling, capitalization, and punctuation correct? And number 3, have I marked correction that I need? And the last, or number 4, has someone checked my work? After this, if we give editing about the writing, so we can more confident to publishing. Okay, thank you.
Okay, the last is publishing. Okay, after we do the 4 step from pre-writing, editing, revising, and the last step is publishing or time to share my writing. Where do we should share our writing? Or maybe in newspaper, or you can print, or you what else it can make your writing is published. Okay, in publishing there are 4 questions for guidance to you how to publish your written. The first is, should I illustrate it and display it? And then the second, should I read it loud? And can I please place it in a classroom library? And last, it will I act it out?
Yes.
Yes.
Making this presentation, we use some references. We read some quotation from Costa Arthur L. and Benacalic in their books in 2009. Also Dean Deborah in also their book about teaching and English classroom. Also Tompkins in his book in 2004. But before we close this presentation, I would like to ask my colleagues to share your ideas or your experience in writing. Maybe we can start it from Mrs. Ningsih.
I think that writings can show about our memorial of ourselves. Because I have listened something from Widharmawanta that if you want to someone or will know and have memories about you, you can make or write something. Maybe you can start from your personal experience, maybe that someone will know. And if you died without memory of the other, that you can live without anything benefit for someone. I think that writing is important. So in this lesson that I think that I must write, I start to write something for my experience life, maybe. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Ningsih, for the sharing. And next, from Mr. Widharmawanta Ginting, can you share to us your experience in writing, please?
I think writing is not easy because in writing we must have skill, and to get the skill we must have to more learn about writing, and we must have reference in writing, to make our writing is good. And be a good writer, be a good writer, the skill is very important. I think it's enough.
Yeah, thank you. How about you, Miss Mariana? What about writing? What is writing for you?
I think writing is one of the basic skill in English. And for us, university student, writing skill is very important, especially in academic writing. And of course, in our last writing is thesis. We have to know the steps how to make a good written, especially in academic writing. And I think from our discussion tonight, from our presentation tonight, it can add my knowledge. Actually, how is the step to make a good written, especially in academic writing? Okay, that's from me. And how about you, Miss Melly?
Yeah, I agree with all of you because writing is actually the basic skill. If we have ideas, if we have skills, if we have knowledge, especially the good one, we have to share it to others. And writing can be the media to share the good knowledge to everyone, especially if our writings can change someone's life being a good one. So personally, I want to thank Mrs. Dr. Risnawati for teaching us this subject. This is very useful and we are very thankful for this subject. And I would like to invite others. Maybe you have something else to add for our closing statement for this presentation, maybe? Nothing. Okay.
It is enough.
It is enough, I think.
Okay. And thank you for tonight to all of my friends. Thank you.
And also
for
we
the
want to say
invitation.
that Mr. Zulkifli is not with us here because he got problems with the electricity, so the signal and the connection is interrupted. So I want to thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.